Tell me how you really feel with Laura Francese, a sometimes funny, sometimes poignant, always real look at modern dating and relationships. Let's pull back the masks and get to what is authentic as we give you weekly dating and relationship tips that you can apply in your own life. Now, here's your host, Laura Francese.
Welcome to the show. This week it's all about manscaping, and Courtney and Alyssa are going to help us define it and talk about when it's good and when it's really bad. And of course, our favorite will answer our mailroom question of the week. And don't forget to connect with us here. Give us your feedback, ask your mailroom question, or just say hi. Manscaping. Let's define it. Basically, it's being completely aware of every square inch of your body and properly maintaining it. All right, guys, what's on your must-do list?
Absolutely. I think your facial hair needs to be under control. Whether you like facial hair or not, it's got to be trimmed. It cannot be all over the place. It's got to be put together. Get lined up. Get it trimmed. You don't want to look like the guy from the Hunger Games with the crazy, lines in there. You just want a nice, clean line.
You want it to look like you put some thought into it.
Absolutely.
Not that it just grew randomly out of your face.
Yeah, and if I were to go to hug you and your facial hair goes into my pores, that's
and you're bleeding?
Yeah, and I'm bleeding. Because your hair it's awful. I don't like that. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like a little scruffiness that's under control, though.
Yes.
Nothing that's, patchy or blotchy or some goatee, some mustache, some facial hair. Has to be clean and looks decent and proper.
Yeah.
What about eyebrows? I think I really like trimmed eyebrows. I don't want crazy hair sticking out in every direction. I think that they need to be trimmed.
Absolutely.
And you can either do it yourself, or I think that when you go get your hair cut, I think that they can do that for you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think every guy should have a pair of tweezers. Everyone has hair that grows randomly. Just get a tweezer, pull out the ones that don't look like they belong on your face, and you'll be fine. You don't want anything to connect.
Get close to a mirror. Really look at yourself.
Absolutely.
Because there's hair growing out of your nose that needs to be removed. Ears, that needs to be removed, trimmed down. It doesn't cost much to go buy a trimmer.
Nope.
Try to pluck it out. Or maybe if you're having a guys' night, you guys can maintain yourself.
All together.
Maintain each other. All right, what else is on the list that they need to do?
I think when the hair is peeking out of the chest, I think you can also use the same, nose trimmer, ear trimmer for the chest and just trim it down a little. Chest hair is very great. It's attractive. It's manly, but you don't want it to be peeking out and talking to you instead of your mouth. So, I think you should definitely keep that under control.
Yeah, it's just having it groomed, decent, proper. And it doesn't necessarily mean being metrosexual. They have those things taken care of. It just means that you want to look presentable to everyone and, just keeping up with it.
Absolutely.
Just in doing it once doesn't cut it. Keeping up with it.
Right.
Yes.
Right, and I think that when you're looking at a guy that you're interested, you don't necessarily want to notice that he's done all these things. I'm not going to see his back hair, immediately, obviously. Yeah. But I think I'm not a big fan of back hair. I think it needs not trimmed. It needs to be yanked out, wax
40-year-old version. Just get rid of it.
You just gotta go do it.
Absolutely.
Right. What about toe hair? I'm not a fan of nasty toe hair. That also can be trimmed and waxed, or what do you think?
I don't like feet, so you can talk about this.
Or you can shave it. I mean, it might grow in a little
extra.
Yes, it might grow in thicker. But there's nothing wrong with a man having a pedicure or a manicure for that matter.
I agree.
They also do, most salons do waxings or sugarings. They offer that during the pedicure, especially to men. But there's no shame in getting it taken care of.
I would agree with
that.
No,
I think that your girl's going to appreciate that. Neck hair, too. I mean, when you get your hair cut, guys, trim your neck hair. And let's talk about the please don't do list. That list is going to be a little long. Are you guys ready?
There's a lot. Okay.
Okay. I am going to say, the first thing I'm going to say is eyebrows.
Yes.
I'm like a big eyebrow connoisseur. So I don't want my guy's eyebrows trimmed and more waxed and looking better than mine. That's that's out of control.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Yes.
I also think that if you do have facial hair and you choose not to keep it under control, don't have a goatee or a little soul patch. No one wants to see that, That era is over with. So if you're going to have facial hair, just, keep it close and neat.
What do you think a goatee says? To me, I'm you must think you look super hot.
Yes.
So you're gonna leave just some parts. You're just gonna leave a ring around your mouth of hair. Like, I don't have a goatee, so I don't think you should have a goatee.
There we go. You're not a goat. That's where they call it.
I'm not a goat.
That's right.
All right, let's talk about hairstyles. I'm still seeing mullets. No matter where I go, I see a few of them, and I'm just thinking, who's doing that for you? Like, who is not stopping you when you go into the salon or wherever you're getting your hair cut? If it's your mom, why don't they stop and say, we're not doing this, and just whack off the party in the back? It's crazy. What do you guys think about that?
This is the front, party in the back. It's so outdated. Not acceptable.
Yes.
At
absolutely.
all.
No.
Donate it.
Donate your mullet.
I think, yeah.
We should start a campaign.
Donate your mullet. Done.
No highlights like we talked about before. No. What do you guys think about guys that are losing their hair? I know that can be a really sensitive subject.
Yeah.
I love when guys are confident and they just shave all that off.
Yeah.
Like, work it like you own it. If you're losing your hair, don't comb over. We can see. We can see your bald head underneath. And it's not attractive. So what's your take on guys that are losing their hair?
I think just shave it off.
Yeah.
It looks better. It's less work for you, less maintenance, and embarrassment too, because if it is falling out, it is a sensitive subject, but just it'll be easier if they get rid of it.
And if you're out on a date and the wind blows and that comb over goes up, I mean, how much? That's way more embarrassing than if you just shave all of that up. All right, so what do you guys think about hair replacement? They have all these ads on TVs about, you see the beautiful woman with the guy that had, their hair replaced. I really just don't think that that's accurate. I think that you don't have to have a whole head of hair to be with an attractive woman. I think beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and I think actually that confidence is more attractive than a head of hair to begin with. What do you guys think?
I would agree, because a lot of times those hair plugs, they don't stick, they can be infected, they don't look good on people. You can see them, you can see the pores, the follicles, everything in your head. I think if you're losing your hair, just let it go short and just call it a day. I think that's a much better way to approach that than getting any type of assistance from wigs or toupees, any of that.
And if you let
toupees,
it go,
talk about that.
Toupees. Yeah, they can be uncomfortable too in certain settings. If you're outside, if it's windy, if it's rainy, if it's lopsided one day, people can tell. I think it's less embarrassing for the person, for the guy, if they let it go too long, because then it's the whole time more is falling out, and it takes longer to come to terms with.
And I think you can spot them like a mile away. I see them like immediately. And I always just think, oh man, just don't do it. Yeah. Just be comfortable with who you are and accept who you are. Yeah. And I agree with both of you on that.
And if you're thinking of doing it, maybe ask, for a woman's opinion or a friend's opinion, a stylist's opinion, and just get that opinion before just going ahead and doing it. Because maybe, with your face and your frame, everything like that, it won't look good on you. So just be cautious of that.
And if you have one style, isn't it going to go out of style in a few years?
Right.
Yeah, I would think so. You're going to have a massive change, and everyone's going to know again.
What do you guys think about tanning or spray tanning? Now, we like to have a little bit of color. Obviously, you're lucky enough that you don't have to.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's right. But I am not a fan of guys. I mean, fine, lay out in the sun. But what do you guys think about that?
Tanning makes you look orange. Really fake.
Yeah.
Really fake. I think a natural tan's better if you're outside for a little bit. Even if you have a farmer's tan or some kind of, tan that you can see in your neck or your shoulders, you get a little red in your face. I think it's way better than a fake tan.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And I think, don't they sell those lotions and stuff? You can just put those on and
and it's just a little bit of color.
Yeah.
Right. They're not orange with their white eyeballs and white teeth, and it's way over the top.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't want to hang out with someone that's more
looks
tan
crispy or more tan than me.
Right, exactly.
I can't guess your nationality. It's probably a problem.
All right, thanks for joining us today, ladies.
Thank you.
And thanks for your excellent input on manscaping. And our mailroom question of the week is exactly what we were just talking about. Are you guys ready for another question?
Yes.
All right. Megan asks, I noticed my man shaves his legs. How creeped out should I be? Well, I think it depends on why he's doing it. And if he has a sweater growing on his legs, then I'm going to say it's probably a good thing that he's shaving it for everyone involved. What do you guys think?
I think if he's not Michael Phelps, he should not be shaving his legs. If he doesn't swim professionally, I just think it's not a good look. I don't.
I don't either, unless it's maybe for like a sport. If they play a sport and they're kind of doing it toward like playoffs or you know, a big event. If they're all doing it as some kind of fun, that's acceptable. But
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Swimming or biking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you on that
Or
one.
male model. Whatever.
All right. Well, if you're dating a male model, pretty much anything's going to be acceptable. Thanks, ladies, for your input. I'm sure all the guys will appreciate that. And as always, thank you for watching today. Next week, we're going to talk about EDB. You know, those early deal breakers that can show up in the beginning of a relationship and how you men can avoid them. As always, we'd love to hear from you, to ask questions, suggest topics, give us feedback, or just say hi. I personally read and answer all your questions and comments, so please stop by and let me know what we can do to make this the best show it can be. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a fabulous week.